In today's Google Sheet video, we are going to discuss some of the basic statistical functions. Mean, the actual function is average, median, mode, and standard deviation. For these functions, we are going to use this data. This data is about average temperature of a month on a yearly basis. We are going to find out the average temperature over the years for January, and we are going to find out the median value of this temperature, and then we'll find out the mode and the standard deviation using this data. So let's get started. Mean is the average value. So the function is average. There is no mean function. So AVE. So you see, just select the function from the drop down menu, and then we select the value, range of values. To select the range of value, you click on the first cell and drag it down to the last value. Close the bracket or not, that's we don't have to. Now this is giving me an autofill which I don't need for this particular scenario. I'm not going to do that. This is the average value of this temperature for January over the years from 1995 to 2025. So average is 24.17. This can be rounded down here using the standard numbering system with 2 decimal places. So this is the mean value, the average temperature of the month of January for a particular city. Next function is median. The median is the middle value of all the values when they are arranged in ascending order. So what happens is, in any spreadsheet, what they do is they arrange all the values in ascending order. Let's do that here in a different sheet. Let's do the ascending order. Now how many data do I have? Data do I have? 31. So that's 15, 16. This is the median, middle value, 24.1. Let's see. Median equals to, this is how you write the function. Start with an equal sign on the cell or here, equals to median, median. Select the range of values, close the bracket. 24.1 is the middle value, just as it's suggested here for 24.1. So this is the middle value when arranged in ascending order. Next is mode. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently. That is, in this data, the temperature that occurred most often is the mode value. Let's see how it works. Equals to, function name is mode, bracket, and then select the range of values from where you will determine the mode, close bracket. So this is the 23.8 is the most frequently occurring temperature. Let's see, 23.8 3 times, but we can see 23.5 also occurred 3 times, 23.4 2 times, 25.4 2 times, 25.9 2 times. So you see there is a contention between 23.8 and 23.5. They both occurred 3 times. So what do we do about it? We have another mode function which is MODE.MULT. So equals to name of the function MODE.MULT. Select the range again, close the range. See, I got 3 values here, 23.5, 23.8, I see 24.6, let's see, 24.6 also occurred 3 times. So you see, mode gives you the most frequently occurred value. In this case, these 3 values occurred 3 times. For this to display properly, you have to have blank cells here. What I mean is, say that if there are no blank cells, it will give you error. So you have to have enough space for the whole result to display, otherwise it will display error. So that's about mode. Now let's talk about standard deviation. What is standard deviation? It's the measure of spread out of the temperature from the mean. What does it mean? What's the meaning of it? You see, this red dot is the mean temperature, which is 24.18. Now the spread out is the deviation from the mean. This is the spread out of the actual value. That's why I put the graph here to show what this deviation means. So first find out the deviation of this particular set of data. Standard deviation, range of the data, click on the first cell of the range, then the last cell, B4 colon B34, close the bracket. So the deviation is this 1.45 and so on. Now this is the spread of the data from the mean. Let's take some smaller value and see what it actually means, the deviation. Let's say we take 3.2, 3.1, again 3, again 3. See, the average of these values, there are 6 of them, average is 3.05. So if we try to find the deviation, standard deviation of these 6 values, standard deviation is going to be very small because they deviated very little from the average. You see, 0.08. So you see, this is the standard deviation for this particular set of data. But since here the data deviated a bit more from the mean value, the deviation is 1.45. So that's about our basic statistical functions. There is another way you can get some statistical information in Google Sheet. Select the data, go to data and column stats. Click here. See here you can see some of the data. Column B, yes, this is what I selected. Column B, ignore the first cell because it has name of the month, so we are going to ignore that. So this is the data. This is a graph, not so useful, but you see these values. 23.5 occur 3 times, the 24.6, just as the mode said, multi-mode said. And you can also see other values which occur 2 times. There are total 55 data here. There are 22 empty cells here because it has selected these empty rows when calculating these values. You don't have much control here. I can delete them and then it will be more accurate, but it's just an overview of the data. You see, unique values, there are 23 unique values, and the sum of the values, the average, median, minimum value and maximum value. So if you need some statistical data, you can, without using any of the formula, you can just see from this column stat. So that's about it today.